Let's see, we're starting with Ted, correct? Do you support or oppose the efforts to reopen Corona Avenue to Hidden Valley, and why?
The answer is no, I do not support the efforts to open Corona Avenue. This has already been decided by the council, the present council now. We don't need to rehash something that's already been done. Besides, for one reason, I have my brother and my nephew live on that street, and they would kick me out of the family if I reopened it. But realistically, the cost of resurfacing that road to handle the traffic would be great to the residents here. It's already been decided, and I'm not going to rehash it here because the current council already has decided to close it, and that's where it should be. Thank you.
Lance.
Well, I said since day one when I stood in front of the council how I felt about this. I went over to one of the residents' homes and told them exactly how I felt about this. I read the court documents, and I understand exactly why the residents won that case. As far as ever opening it, well, I've said since day one that, show the EIR. If it shows no particular reason why it should be open, then you close it for good. If it shows that it's beneficial for the rest of the city and the traffic circulation, then you look at the measures of what it would take to open. We all know that there's several reasons why it couldn't be open, but we have to make sure before we keep spending money without knowing exactly what we're spending that money on and pulling out infrastructure that costs us a lot of money to put in and the mitigation to close it, we need to know exactly the reasons why we're closing it.
Well, the issue's been decided on by past councils. The road's been closed. However, whatever the solution is it needs to be free or next to free solution. We've already been there. We've already dealt with it. If the citizens decide that we need to spend a little bit of money and reopen it, that's going to be up to the citizens to come to council. That's going to be for the community to come together with one voice and tell council, yes, we want it open. It's closed right now. There's no need to spend money on it. If the citizens absolutely want that and make that point known, okay, let's get the studies done and see if that's validated and move forward there. But for now, we don't have the money to be reopening that intersection.
Thank you.
I would say that we need to leave it the way it is. There's a couple reasons why. We just recently discussed Hidden Valley. I don't think we need another opening onto that particular street at this point in time. And where that would fall, there would be a lot of potential for accidents and things like that. People are already going incredibly fast through that area of Hidden Valley as it is. And the other thing is there's other opportunities coming up for the area on the Hidden Valley side that could potentially benefit Norco with a couple restaurants or some type of retail use in that area. As a person that lives at the end of a dead-end street with a retail area right behind my house, you would think it would be imposing, but you learn to live with it, and it's not, and it would be an economic benefit to the city to have that area used for that purpose.
Thank you. Lisa.
My opinion is that, according to the court case, there needed to be an EIR conducted prior to the road being opened, and I wouldn't be able to make an informed decision as to whether or not it should be open or should remain closed until I saw that report. We did spend $125,000 installing a signal light, $158,000 installing road improvements for the citizens in that area. They have requested traffic calming. We put in some speed bumps, a circle, and that was all in preparation to open the street, and then the lawsuit came. So whether or not I support it could only be based on the facts, and I haven't seen an EIR, so I can't make that decision.
Thank you. Sure.
Good question. Important question. I'll give you some information that you don't know probably, but that's okay. Western Pacific Tract, half of Corona Avenue belongs to that Western Pacific plan. Therefore, anytime you modify a specific plan, you need a 4/5 or supermajority out of the council, the sitting council, to modify that. That failed the last time this was brought up. They only got 3 votes to open it. Now, do I want it open? The answer is no, I don't want it open. I didn't want Western open. So I voted no on opening Western. I voted no on Valley View, no on Corona. I did that 3 times. If it was up to me, I'd close California and Crestview as well, but I don't think I could get away with it. But I'm gonna try, because it looks like we're gonna be able to close Crestview because of the flooding.
Just one quick, Bill. Just so you understand, October, in the October Planning Commission meeting, we are already going to be reviewing that site for a possible business thing. And the way that's going to be done is that street may not be there anyway after that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Can I make one comment?
Sure.
You know, the other thing is, and I'm all for development, but I do have my concerns. If that commercial development goes through, the argument about the traffic coming down that hill and turning right into that complex is tenfold at that point. If that street was open and one car was turning at one time, I mean, that's one thing, but now you got cars left and right. So I think we really need to pay attention to that traffic when considering that development there.